holding hard punch I can do very easily. Oh, it's this matchup. That's a shame. That's a shame that it would be this matchup. Jump light punch is a very good tick. That was a good parry. Not a great punish. Look at Chun-Li's dizzy. Like, what even happened to Chun-Li? Look at that. One low strong, one towards fierce, a forward throw, and then like a parry into like a forward throw again, and she's at 60% stun. And the low strong did like nothing. Alex can just dizzy you, dude. Alex is scary. This is not Acho. This is GameSpot versus. Chun-Li did not take a throw. Oh, this matchup. WrestleMania 3. Hugo's tall, which is good for Alex because it means he can do like on the way up kind of jump fierce. Maybe not on the way up, but like very high up jump fierce. And then he can like land in super. Gives him a good option against like normal grab from Hugo. Obviously, neutral jump is already good against SPD. Ooh, pretty good punish too. Hugo will always find the closest wall in this game. No, he hit him. He didn't mean to hit him. He didn't mean to hit him. Wonder what that was catching. Why would he do that? Jump back medium kick. Did you see that light not kill? Timeout. First of all, that was a godlike punish. The universal overhead or whatever it was. Yeah, he hit. He wanted to whiff. Damn it, I didn't mean to go all the way back. He wanted it to whiff, but he accidentally hit with it by doing it too late. He wanted Alex to still be invincible. Or maybe it's Alex hit a button, and he was already at the right range. Alex hit a high up jump fierce there, and his only combo on the ground was super. Look at Hugo's health. That crouch jab hit. Lights do no damage in this game. I once heard a Hugo player say this matchup wasn't very good for Hugo. I don't know if it's true. I can't think of anything that's super bad about it. Alex has decently high damage. When you play in a character who's very risky, that can help. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a bad matchup. Alex's shitty anti-airs are probably pretty good against Hugo's shitty jump. Alex is probably a much better character when his anti-airs actually work. That jump fierce is really good in this matchup because of Hugo's tallness. I really like that anti-air parry into low strong. Ooh. What'd he hit? Was that a single hit confirm? I was looking at the chat. Oh, he beat a crouch fierce. And yeah, he used it like a single hit confirm. You can confirm any like thing off of a jump in hit. It's not too hard. Towards fierce, towards fierce. Oh, we didn't do anything. Sad. What's that normal for? Jump strong. Why didn't you do like any other normal? Alex has an okay capacity to get good damage on a taunt if he's close. But if he's far away, he can't do anything to a taunt. So, a lot of Q's taunts let him get like a... A lot of Q setups let him get a taunt very easily on Alex. And the worst thing that could happen is Alex hits him with like an EX, what do you call it, move slash elbow. Low strong. That's a nice block. Rami parry. Scary. I think he already had 3 taunts, didn't he? I feel like he already had 3. Maybe not. I've seen Q players lose comp, to be honest. I've seen rounds where Qs take like a 4th taunt. Only 2? Yeah, I see that a lot from Q players. Taunt into super to punish failed punishes. Okay, was that 3 or was that 4? He taunted twice there. God, I'm not counting. I thought he already had 2. EX dash, Sermonos. That wasn't enough? That's like max damage. I don't know if that's actually max damage, but there's no way to use Super 1 to get more damage there. Super 1 lowers your damage. That was almost certainly cancelled to a super. Oh, this matchup. I'm just going to say that every single match. No, but this one actually sucks dick. This one's like a 7-3 or maybe an 8-2. Oh, here it goes. Uppercut. Is that a light uppercut? I always see medium there. I always use medium. Medium does more damage. I'm guessing you would use light for the Oki maybe, because light does have better Oki. Or it recovers a lot faster on light uppercut compared to medium. It's like a Shoto light uppercut. That was kind of weird. There's no juggle there. Oh. Send light kick, send medium kick, command grab. Oh, he had extra damage on there. His rocks didn't hit. So whenever Oro hits a normal, his rocks all temporarily get hitboxes and zoom in. And then they've got a little cooldown. Right here, he hits jump medium kick, and the rocks have no hitboxes. Or they have hitboxes, but they zoom in and don't find anything. And then here, he hits jump medium kick. It would be a bad jump medium kick anyway. Okay, this is not a good jump medium kick. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to do. But here, he hits jump medium kick, and the rocks are still in their recovery from the jump medium kick from the last jump, so they don't zoom in and they don't get hitboxes. These are working. Surprised that didn't work. That looked like a forward dash from Oro. Most of Oro's forward dash will dodge Q dash punches. This is Takahashi Q. Oro can punish that kind of taunt. Reversal EX stomp definitely, but I think even dash and stuff. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at that. Oro can't punish that without a red parry. Light slaps are safe against most of the cast, unless your name is like Q. Oro can still win this. This isn't even that bad. That's the worst part of this matchup. Now it's pretty bad. But it's still winnable. It's not even that bad. Oh, here we go. He can kill. He can't kill. Not with this. But he can do a shit ton. What was that? I thought he was going to do the touch of stun. He went for the hard to parry setup, and then he dropped the ender. Like, he dropped it bad. The touch of stun was worth going for there. Most Oro players can do that, I think, against Q. The Q one isn't too hard. The Chun-Li and Elena one are a bit harder. And then the other characters are all actually pretty hard. But like the Q one is pretty easy. The touch of Dizzy, I mean technically you can just stun with it, okay? Technically a chicken combo into the Crouch Fierce into the setup can just take Q to any like take him just to Dizzy instantly. Oh, just with the Dizzy and the damage? Well, that was 3 taunts Q. So he wasn't going to die to the follow-up, but it probably would have left him with like 20%. Off of a jump in, into the touch of stun, with perfect everything, will kill full health Chun-Li. But 3 taunts Q has like almost double the health of full health Chun-Li. It's fucking Blue Nocturne, and it worked. That's the worst super in the whole game. It's probably the only time you'll ever see Blue Nocturne in your whole life. That's what it looks like. Yeah, Super 3 Remy. That shit is bad. Remy would like multiple EX bars. Tell you that. Doesn't give him. And it's, you know, a parry super with a super freeze, so it telegraphs whenever you do it. So basically the only way to use it in like a competent way, it theoretically, there's a little bit of depth to it, okay? This is the trick. Let's say you're fighting a Q, and he does like the slappy hands on you, okay? Let's say that. Pretend. Bad angle. Background also doing better. Pretend Q does the slappy hands on you. First hit, you react to the fact that it's the slappy hands. Second hit, you red parry the slappy hands and then blue nocturne. Third hit, the blue nocturne counters the slappy hands, okay? That shit you can do with blue nocturne. The problem is that shit doesn't work because it requires multi-hit attacks. And there aren't that many multi-hit attacks that are like, you know, confirms. There are some, but often there won't be. Often it'll be like sequences of attacks, like a link or like a, you know, something like that. Like you can't do that against like Ken low strong into super. You can do it against Ken's overhead, but it's, you know, you got to react real damn fast. It's already hard enough parrying Ken's overhead on reaction, parrying it on reaction, and then doing a super after the first hit. Yeah, the shit is like you could just do if you're gonna do that, you could just parry a hit and then go into super two, and that does almost the same damage. And then super two is also good if they aren't like attacking you. You can also confirm super two, and also it stores a lot more EX. And I personally think super one is his best super. So like this is saying how ridiculously much better super two is, but like super one's a step above that. I feel blue nocturne is really shitty. Yeah, Q is wide. Some weird juggles work on him. He's kind of hard for Urian to juggle, actually. He's got a weird hurtbox. He gets hit earlier, and Urian doesn't actually like that. Um, but there are some new things that are available on him because of his wideness. Yeah, so hard to live there. He had to tech that throw and then continue parrying, which is not easy. Tyrant Slaughter is the tackle super, yeah. That's probably punish. Low strong on the blocked uppercut launcher. Crutch Fierce. Urian's Crutch Fierce is minus quite a lot, but he pushes out quite a lot as well. It's like -9 or something, feels like. Oh, curious decision. Delayed low. Tackle, tackle, headbutt. What's that advanced shit? That optimal shit. That might have been a safe tackle. Hugo might not have a really good punish for tackle, to be honest. He might have to punish with like EX Lariat or something. Or like a jab. Nice. Probably went for empty jump parry. But Hugo has a hard counter to that. That was probably a punish. Or, I don't know if it was a punish, but Urian was minus there. Cute. That was a punish. At most heights, if you parry that fireball, you don't get a punish. Some characters can block straight away after finishing a throw animation, some can't. I don't know if Hugo could have blocked there. Tackle, tackle, headbutt. Very nicely placed mirror. Ooh. I didn't get him. I thought I was going to grab him. One thing that's kind of cool about this matchup is that Hugo can't block. He can't duck the headbutt. And the headbutt is safe if it's blocked. And also, if a headbutt hits, you can juggle into like a jab. Even on regular headbutt against Hugo. That was good charging. You see that? It's subtle, but it was there. Backdash tackle. That's partitioned. It's an easy partition. Backdash partitions are like the absolute easiest partitions to do. But they're still kind of cool. Yeah, you got time there. I wouldn't ever forward dash, but you've got time to do stuff. That's what he had to do to kill. If you got tackle, the combo ended there. Oh, he got hit midair. What happened? How did he get hit midair? What was the... He must have canceled it to headbutt. Yeah, I saw it. I saw the headbutt frames. Cute. Save yourself a big punish by canceling it to headbutt. And he was ready. Oh, he dropped it. You have to do that so late. That, again, dude, look at that. Beautiful. He's airborne frame 1 for headbutts. For all versions of headbutt, including EX. So if you get parried on a cancelable attack, just cancel the headbutt. I think we're going to see major overhauls. I think that new Street Fighter won't be very much like what we've had so far, if there's a Street Fighter 6. Oro can do that too. I do that every now and then. Um, Oro has cancels into stomps, but the problem is stomp is very unsafe. But like if I get parried on certain attacks, I cancel the stomp to minimize the damage. Oh no. Oro can also super jump cancel his. I do that one a lot. Is if Stand Strong is parried as an anti-air, I super jump cancel it. And that way I'm not punishable on the ground. Wow, you're really rooting on Tominaga? You think he needs you? You think he's not gonna win without you rooting him on? Fucking Shinobu's the underdog here, dude. Scary. Ooh, that's a good parry. Headbutt is good against that scenario. He did it right there. Literally, as I said. After a dash punch, headbutt doesn't take that much damage from whatever Makoto does, and it also dodges a Karakusa. No invincible reversal on Urian. He's got to hold that mix up, like almost every character in this game. I believe in you, YSB. Nice. That's like the best thing Hugo can do there. Actually, Hugo can shoot down backbreaker. The opponent has a very unusual... Like, that scenario, I don't know, I guess the dev's probably playing for it. If you're jumping back, you don't really see... You don't really see jump back normals get parried much. You know what I mean? When you're jumping backwards and your air normal gets parried, then it kills all of your back momentum. So, like, normally, you know, shoot down backbreaker will actually reach if he parries an instant overhead. That was weird. Tominaga's movement is so perfect. He's committing so little. And his attack timing is very random. Go YSB. I believe in you. YSB being patient. Yeah, that was good. So non-committal. Tokuro's name is written as Torara. What does it mean? Make it stop! Make it stop! Oh my god. How is Tominaga perpetually on the read? Sometimes it feels like Makoto only has one broken thing, and then sometimes it feels like she's only got broken things. Her movement is so strange. Her tools work together really well. Nice. He's dead. Is he? I think so. Yeah, there he goes. He was in range. That was like right at the edge of where Super won't link anymore. But Tominaga knows those ranges. He spotted it. He was like, yeah, I can do this. Street Fighter has no draw whatsoever other than the self-improvement. That's maybe something they could work on. It's not even just the story mode or the challenge tower on Mortal Kombat, although that does work to get like new players in, for it to be fun to normies. Those aren't even the only things. Normies can enjoy the game in versus mode too. Why is that? Why can someone play MK9 and pick Cyrax and not know what the fuck they're doing? Still have fun. That's what Capcom needs to ask themselves. I think it's the juggles are more fun to do than links. There, I figured it out. I think MK combos are really easy to understand and really fun to hit. It's very obvious when you hit someone with like an EX fucking teleport punch and it like launches them. It's like, oh, I can do something there. My combo didn't stop there. Street Fighter doesn't have many of those scenarios. The combo is usually really small. And theoretically, it makes the game easier. I think Tekken has a really nice style of juggles, but there's too many normals in Tekken, which I think is anti-normie a little bit. There's too many like attacks. MK has a very small number of attacks, but the juggles work Tekken style. Is that a Sky High Claw? When you get something that's clearly launch state, and then you have like 3 combos that you have to try to figure out which one juggles properly. Normies can enjoy Tekken for that reason for sure. And that works because there's so many different attacks. But then you always get the same fucking guys. The guys who pick fucking Yoshimitsu and spam Door Knocker. The guys who pick Jin and spam Corpse whatever. Fucking down 1? Or whatever it is, down 2. Can't believe that didn't cross up. I think anime games are actually some of the least accessible fighting games. Despite the fact that like they make the most concessions towards, I shouldn't say the most, but they make a lot of concessions toward bad players. TC is easy to understand. Listen to the scenario I was in, okay? This is something that happened to me yesterday. I was at Wednesday Night Fights, and there was a guy there, and I played him in some casuals in Street Fighter 3. And he played like he'd never played Street Fighter 3 before, okay? I noticed in like 1 second. Midway through round 1. I was like, wow. Um, and eventually I played him, he was playing Ibuki in Third Strike. Who is not a particularly hard character. She has some really annoying stuff. Doing like close roundhouse walk-in, like back strong stand fierce is kind of precise. And she hits a lot of normals. Like she's got like a high inputs per minute kind of thing going on, you know. But most of her combos aren't actually executionally difficult. She's got a really big perception of being difficult from Street Fighter 4, but it's not really true in Street Fighter 3. She's more weird than difficult. She's not that hard. Aura's got the same business, I guess. Except Aura actually probably has more hard stuff. I don't know. They both got a little bit of hard stuff. Anyway, he was like, "Tell me like something I can do, okay?" Like straight up, he's like, "Tell me how to play Ibuki," and I'm like, okay." So I start thinking about like you can't really teach people like that much in Street Fighter 3. Like, I mean, obviously you can teach people like combos and stuff, but like neutral is such a weird thing to teach because you've got to like say after everything, it's like this will work sometimes. Well, if I'm jumping in, try parrying me, it'll work sometimes. I mean, it kind of works because it's like, you tell someone you got to figure out what I'm trying to do, but that's like really hard for a beginner to wrap their head around. Um, Anyway, I was like, well, okay, I'll give you a combo or two. And I thought of the simplest Ibuki combos, okay? I was like, what could I teach this guy that, like, would be very easy to learn? And the combo I came up with, I think it was pretty easy, um, was Crouch Slide Kick into Raida, which is a very good Ibuki combo and also very simple. It's Crouch Slide Kick into half circle back punch. And what you do is you just buffer it. You do forward, down, light kick, and then back punch. Okay, that's like the basic motion for people who don't play Ibuki. And it's safe on block, and it's a low, and it's just in general like a pretty good attack, you know. Cross up kunai doesn't even the angles and the timing are all weird. It might exist in some strange way on meaty, but she doesn't really get those kinds of meaties at all. Like nothing leads to them. And the kunai is I don't know if it's something a difference with the kunai speed or something, but like it seems like doing a jump in kunai is just like, Ibuki will land way after the kunai hits. Anyway, what he was doing was I told him the motion. He could get the Raida most of the time. We'll say like 80% of the time he could do the Raida. Okay, so that wasn't the problem. I was trying to explain cancels to him. I was like, okay, you want to do like the fucking, you want to do the same Raida motion, but you want to hit a light kick while you're doing it. Okay, and then he started kind of getting it, but he was doing like crouch light kick into um, the light penguin kicks, which wouldn't combo. And the reason he was getting that was because he would hit light kick and then release light kick and then hit light punch. But he would already have finished the motion because he has to buffer it, because you can't do crouch light kick and then a full half circle back. You can, but it's annoying. It's hard. Um, so he would hit light kick and he would release light kick and he'd already completed the motion, so he would get the spin kicks. And I was like, well, this time try holding light kick. And I was thinking to myself, it's like, and he kept trying it. He kept on getting the spin kicks, and it's like, this is way harder than it should be. That's what I was thinking to myself. And then I said to him, I couldn't think of anything to say, so I was just like, Ibuki's not a great beginner character. Which is, it's true. It's not wrong. And he was just like, oh, I like her, so I want to play her. And I'm like, that's fine. That's a fine reason to want to play someone. It's a fine reason to pick a main. You can make it work if you just practice. But it was like a failing of Street Fighter. I never think about Street Fighter 3 in that way, in that it's unapproachable. I hear people say all the time that Street Fighter 3 is unapproachable, but usually I think they're just talking about fighting players who are really good. I don't think about the actual execution of the game being too difficult. I can do most of the stuff in Street Fighter 3 without too much difficulty. All the weird links and whatnot. And I've made like a few videos now showing off how I do them. Like I made that video pretty recently on the pianoing. Jesus. Whenever I was playing beginners back in the day, I used to run the mirror. And that way, even if they were getting creamed, they would get a good idea of what worked. And why it was working. I didn't start above average at fighting games. I started like the same as everyone else who starts. Everyone starts at a pretty close level. I didn't start with good execution. You know what I used to do? I used to just raw. I used to get knockdowns and then raw activate 5 stone, and then I used to like try for launchers, like overhead into launcher and stuff like that. I didn't know how to confirm it, or like eventually I knew how the confirms worked, but I couldn't do them. The problem with any momentum-based game is that small advantages and skills snowball really badly. And Street Fighter likes momentum because it works well with the stun mechanic. Yeah, 5 stun is the shorter lasting one used for combos. 3 stun is the regular one. There was a point that I thought I would never have good execution because it would take too much effort. There was another point where I thought that I would never have good execution because I played on pad and I didn't want to play on stick. Both of those I think are pretty fake limitations in most contexts. There are some things that are really annoying and difficult on a pad, but not in modern fighting games. You might have a hard time doing something like King's combos on pad. King's grab combos. I don't know about Tekken. What a good punish. Nice punish too. I still like cross Tekken. I feel like it'd be really cool if Capcom made like a beginner series and like an expert series with like different balance philosophies, different gameplay philosophies. Imagine if there were like 2 ongoing things going on. One was like super easy inputs, super fucking basic gameplay kind of shit. Something more like Street Fighter 2 with very simple like, uh resources and whatnot. And then have some other bullshit with like tight links and lots of resources and whatever. There's beginner guides in Street Fighter 5. What was the one? I looked at Laura's and it like left out something. Was it her elbow? One of her special moves was literally not in it. They only look at a few special moves per character. But it just seemed really weird to have a tutorial about Laura with no elbow. Elbow was not mentioned in any way or something like that. It might have been command grab. Tutorial of Laura and command grab isn't mentioned in any way. I get why they've been hesitant about that because it locks them in. If they're like, hey, we want guy low strong to be an anti-air, and then they make a guy that's like low guy anti-air is low strong or like low strong. This is a really good button for anti-airing the opponent. And then they're just like, you know what? We want guy far enough to be an anti-air instead. And then the guy they wrote, it's like, well, and there's a lot of stuff they want to be like kind of situational anti-airs. I feel. My friends are normies, and they all played MKX without too much difficulty. Whoa, where the fuck did that come from? Time out. She got dizzy in the first like 5 seconds. Headbutt. Go strong. Stand fierce. Characters all have the same stun in this game. Although the amount of dizzy attacks do is random. It's random to a point. It's like, let's say heavies do between fucking 150 and 300 stun. The weirdest fucking thing is seeing 3 fireballs hit in a row and the opponent getting dizzy. I don't understand why fireballs do so little dizzy in every other Street Fighter game. There's no reason they can't do regular dizzy for, like, compared to other attacks. But, like, in every other Street Fighter, all fireballs do, like, fucking just enough dizzy to keep dizzy the same. To offset the dizzy recovery. Yeah, that's probably the real reason, actually. Insightful. Oh my god, where does it come from? Jesus. This matchup is, well, not the old matchup, was rather famous for Kami's jump strong, which can beat anti-air lows. And Dawson likes to anti-air low with his slides, because he's got low profile on all his slides, and lows are true anti-airs in this game, because there's no trip guard. Dawson has other anti-airs, but he'd like to use his slides. Cammy does actually have some okay normals in this game. She's like bottom 1. She's literally the worst character. There's no one worse than Cammy. Dako Cammy gets huge when she gets like electrified or burnt. Alright, everyone. You can make one guest character for Tekken 7. And it's guaranteed to go in. Who is it? Me. It's like the fucking programmer who was in like Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter or whatever. Karnov. I like Karnov. That's a good one. Batsu. Akira. I'm gonna have them put in the Butter Dragon from Undertale. You guys know that story? I want that character in Tekken 7. So sorry. Imagine if that character was in Tekken 7. It would like destroy everyone. It would actually break the internet if that thing was rendered in 3D and made it into like that big a budget of a game. Mental guard break. Parappa. I'd like that. Geef would be a good Street Fighter rep, but you know who'd be better is Akuma. Damn, that hard DP. Shameless. Fearless. Phoenix are right. Oh, he got it. That super's really hard to do. Very executionally demanding thing we just saw. That fireball hit deep. There could have been some combo video bullshit there. Ken probably had a walk-in combo of some kind. Kenshiro. I'm gonna be that guy who says a JoJo. Give me any JoJo. Give me Gappy. There's no particular reason for Ryu not to have crouch hard kick, except that it gives him a safer crouch hard kick. They don't want Ryu to be able to do like a crouch hard kick that knocks over on hit and is safe. Because of pushback. Crouch hard kick into tension setups would be okay. It wouldn't even be great. That shit already works. You can already do crouch medium kick into charged EX fireball. And if you're talking about like a hard knockdown, if you're talking about like crouch hard kick into cancel the crouch hard kick to get a hard knockdown, get the fish for the crush counter, that already works as best as it possibly could using the VT cancel from the sweep, which already works. I feel like they should have gone full nuts though on V-trigger cancels. They should have made overheads into V-trigger cancel. They should have made that work. In general, I would, if it was up to me, I would massively buff every fucking overhead in the whole game. I would remove all combos from overheads except maybe the Chun-Li and Ibuki ones because the overheads are not very fast. I'd make it so like if you could combo from an overhead, the overhead had to be at least like 25 frames startup or some bullshit. But overheads are so shit. I would make it so every single overhead is like -2 on hit, -2 on block. Okay, same frame data. And I would make all of them like way faster, or not way faster. The speed is usually the speed's pretty bad on all of them. I would make them like between 16 and 20 frames for like every single one. If there was a second mix-up, Street Fighter V would feel so much better. If it wasn't all the frame trap mix-up, which is super, super low risk, high reward, but very low success rate. If it wasn't all that mix-up, the game would feel a lot better. If there were like fast lows and fast overheads, and they didn't lead to very much damage, and there were two interlaid mix-ups, one of frame trap and like versus throw, and one of overhead versus low. If that shit was working in combination, the game would just feel so much better. And what do you know? That's how fucking other Street Fighters work. I wouldn't say overheads are a huge presence of Street Fighter 2 or 4, but they're a really big part of 3. That game felt pretty good. I want to say that Ryu still has a combo out of media overhead, but I don't remember. There's like some very specific setup. Maybe you got a very particular knockdown, but I can't think of it. Particular knockdown into weird whiff normal, into towards strong that hits on its last active frame. It's like +4. Dude, I want the L block. Give me a playable L block from Tetris. Give me that in Smash. I was looking at Blade Strangers while that was at Wednesday Night Fights, and I was thinking about how like an indie fighting game would be pretty cool. Which Blade Strangers is the closest that I've seen, although that's probably a closer one still. I guess fucking Melty Blood is that, right? Just a whole bunch of characters from VNs. That's probably aligned incorrectly. All the characters in Fexel are just Street Fighter EX characters. And all indie characters. Combos look very satisfying in this game. Is that safe? It looked like a DP. All that HP he got back. He could really win this. The Arcade player. Platform fighter? Is that like Smash Bros? What's the difference between platform fighter and Smash Bros? What series is Arcade even from? This game seems to treat her like the main character. There's a lot of different playable Arcades. Like 3 or 4. Where's Saber in this game? Update this game and put Saber in. Or is Saber in and I just forgot? I fucking love edgy characters from Japanese media. They're always like accidentally comedic. This game has like a lot of edgy characters. You know who my favorite edgy character in anything is? No, it's not actually Shadow the Hedgehog. It's fucking Orochi Chris. It's the way he stands. Something about it is just the very highest level of edgy. Orochi Chris standing there with his hands out to his sides and the fires on both of them is so edgy. It's so look how badass I am. I got the power of fire, bitches. I have the main character's power, but mine is evil. I don't know if I'd call Wario edgy. I guess he is. K-Dash is like actually cool. He is edgy. And his edginess is the reason he's cool. But it's actually not. Well, I don't know. His edginess is charming in some way, although it's still overstated. I mean, most fighting game characters have their personality way too obvious in their fighting style. K-Dash being a really good example. Movement in this game isn't overly complex, but it's a lot more technical than Street Fighter, and I appreciate that. My characters can't just zip anywhere. The jump arc is rather high, and you're limited to like your double jump or your air dash or whatever. Movement looks really good in this game when you're watching it, but when I was playing it, I felt like I didn't have very much control of my character. Or I couldn't do anything quickly or efficiently. So it's clearly something you've got to learn. Parries the boogeyman to Street Fighter players. A lot of series have parries or things that are a lot like parries. A lot of anime games have like Just Defend or something like that. Some variation of Just Defend. But to Street Fighter players, parry ruined a great series. Blood Heat. This music is very not fighting gamey. That is a long time ago. Team Spooky used to be anime as fuck until Street Fighter 4. Art was like an Arcana Heart player prior to Street Fighter or like something. I think he played a lot of fighting games, but he was most known for anime games. Probably like the only Arcana Heart player in the universe. I was gonna say America, but then I had to rethink things. I've actually seen footage of Art playing Marvel 1 because of the remake, the re-release. This game is so stylish. I like the camera movement is really nice. It's like a subtle camera movement. Every time I've seen that in a fighting game, it's usually awful. Like the camera can zoom out if one of the characters is jumping and the other one isn't, or if the characters are really far apart. It's the one with the fucking string bass that's a weapon. I don't know what the fuck that thing is. Anime characters always have the stupidest weapons, VN characters. That combo's pretty cool looking. This is a full moon, so no reverse beat on this character. That probably affects the confirms a lot. I like how she charged for like half a second and yet yelled for like a second and a half. All the super looking things in this game are so short. And it's basically perpetually neutral. Ha 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 ha. I wonder if you did it over and over, if you could get multiple yells happening at the same time. It has been real. I did more work on the Ken tutorial today. There's not that much stuff left in it. All I've got to do is talk about a Super 1 and Super 2 and why you should never ever use them. And then talk about a Super 3 confirms, which shouldn't be very long. Basically just mention every confirm that goes into Super and what they do to Ken's neutral. I could probably have it done tomorrow if I really wanted to. I could have it done in 3 hours if I really wanted to. Probably in 2. I don't know about 2. I don't get bored when I'm working on videos, although occasionally I do not want to do them. And then I put them off. I have to be in the right mood. Even watching this, I'm just putting off playing a video game that I'm just putting off. I'm using the video game to put off making the Ken video. Season 4 rumors in SF5. Could be real. I don't think it's particularly out of the question. They're popular characters. I think most people wouldn't mind Viper if she... A lot of people like Viper's design, I think. A lot of people wouldn't mind her if she was easier. A lot of people have been asking for Aura lately. I'd be happy with Aura, I'll tell you that. Understatement of the year. I'd be down with Q. It's like a wish list. So I think even if it's not a real rumor, it's got a really good chance of being true for a lot of the characters. Someone find the list. I'm gonna take a piss and then play some what do you call that game? Dragon Quest 6. I'll be right back.